Isang pinagpala at magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Marami sa bagay maaaring makakapagbigay ng gulo sa kaisipan ng tao. Many things can make us anxious, insecure, fearful. And yet today, the Lord once again assures us. And when we are assured of something, then a lot of our worries, anxieties are overcome. Especially if it is the Lord who assures us. The Lord who is in complete control of everything. Ito po ang sinasabi sa atin ng unang pagbasa from the prophet Nahum. In spite of the infidelity of God's people, God assures them, yes, you have turned your back, but I will restore you. I will transform you. Your enemies will have no power over you because I am in control of everything. And I think it's the same assurance that God gives us. Marami tayong alaala, marami nakakapagbagabag sa atin. Yung COVID hindi pa tapos, marami pang nahihirapan. Yung krimen hindi natatapos, dumadami kumisan. So, and yet the Lord reminds us, He assures us, He is not sleeping. He is not distant away from us. Hindi malayo. Alam ng Panginoon ang ating mga takot, ang ating pagkabalisa. And yet, God will use you, will use us, will use the different circumstances in our life to restore us. So, yan ang karunungan ng Diyos. Gumagawa ng paraan, ngunit sa paraang yon, kasama ka, involved ka. Kasama tayo sa pagbabago. And so the gospel today challenges us as Jesus challenged His disciples. Maiksi lang po itong gospel, 5 verses, pero 3, it's about the cost of discipleship. The 2 will be the reward of fidelity to as a disciple of Jesus. So the cost of discipleship, yung 3, na sa pagsunod kay Jesus hindi madali. Just like what He showed us by His own very example, He was not afraid to face death in Jerusalem. And so on His way to Jerusalem with His disciples, He kept on teaching them. Patuloy nang tinuturo na ang anak ng tao, the Messiah, has to undergo pain, death, but He will be triumphant. So, hindi madali, sumunod kay Kristo, and yet it is worth it. You cannot exchange anything for the reward that Jesus assures us. Yes, mahirap, and yet we can see many people have followed the path that Jesus laid for us, and they were triumphant. They were victorious. So, marami tayong mababanggit dyan. Ang ating mismong first 2 martyrs, Saint Lorenzo Ruiz, in the face of death, he had the courage to keep his commitment to Jesus, to keep his faith. He could have saved his earthly life by renouncing his faith, but no. He was strong. He was courageous in his commitment. The same thing with Pedro Calungsod. He could have, escaped death by running away. And yet, he was there to defend the missionaries he was working with. Marami tayong mababanggit. Some years ago, there was this Archbishop, Oscar Romero, na, kanyang binigyan ng diin ang kawalang katarungan para sa mahirap. Kaya marami siyang death threat. Hindi yun naging sagabal upang ihinto ang kanyang pangangaral. And so while he was celebrating Mass, somebody shot him. So people still remember, no? Buhay na buhay pa si Archbishop Romero sa puso ng kanyang mga kababayan. So we have during Second World War a man named Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Siya po ang sumulat ng libro, Cause of Discipleship. Ano ba ang the challenge of Jesus? What does He demand from us? That we forget ourselves, that we offer ourselves totally to God. You know, it's amazing how a lot of people are seeking happiness. Lahat tayo gusto natin maging masaya. And yet, we are reminded by the gospel. One of the Beatitudes would remind us, blessed are the pure of heart, for they will see God. So, we don't seek happiness directly. We seek holiness. When a man is holy, then happiness is a fruit. It's an outcome. It flows from his holiness, from being united with God. That's our prayer. Instead of seeking happiness, we seek for holiness, and happiness will come. Amen.